Hey guys, welcome back to Easeldoesitstudio. So today I'm going to try something totally off the wall. I am going to see if I can use UV resin to create a scene, and then we're going to pour it with regular epoxy to see what kind of look we can get. So I don't know if I can do it, but I'm going to try it. Initially when I thought of this, I was thinking of doing like an underwater scene. But because we're getting closer to Halloween, I'm going to actually see if I can do a Halloween scene. So I've got my Let's Resin. It's the 18 pack of the dark colored UV resin. And I also pulled out the Light Wish glow in the dark. So we can have like maybe a few little glow in the dark spots. And then depending on, once it's cured and what it looks like, I'll decide on my background color. So yeah, I do have my gloves. I'm not going to start with them because I'm hoping that I won't need to you know, even touch the resin. I think I can do it just with the bottles, but if I'm struggling, I'm going to put my gloves on. So if you're doing it, make sure you wear your gloves. I want my hands to be able to be free of kind of whatever we're putting into this scene. So let me see. I'm going to use, and I'm hoping that I have enough that I don't run out, because then if I have to mix my own colors, I'm not going to probably get the right consistency, but we'll see. We're going to try. Do they have they do have a brown. Okay. So I'm going to have to do it different than I would in paint because, you know, obviously I want these to show up. So I'm going to try and get a tree in here first. And I do have my cordless UV light right on standby so that when we get a section done, we can cure it as we are kind of going. I just noticed I got something in here. And this is the Let's Resin medium tray. They have two sizes of this tray. Okay. Are we ready? Oh, I didn't want to do that. All right, so let's get us some sort of a tree in here. Hang on. I got something blue in there and it won't come out. It must be a stain. Must be a stain. Although that's coming out. What is that? So I'm trying to get this project done because we are in a severe thunderstorm warning a little bit later this afternoon. So I'm trying to make sure I get this done before that happens. And we are under a tornado warning, which we very rarely ever get those. So, all right, let's go. And I just want to make sure what color this is. Is it? I want to make sure that they're mixed. So I'll maybe run some black in with this, but let's just kind of we're just gonna kind of make a tree or something. I think this would be kind of cool if it works. All right, now I'm gonna go in with a little bit of black and just kind of just add some darkness to this. And then what I'll do is I will take a scribe and blend because that brown wasn't really a brown. All right, so let's just pop that on there. Let me take one of my tools here, and that way we can pop bubbles for one, and then we can also try to pull off like little branches. You know, and then it's going to be to try to find a like a background color that is going to allow this to all show up. You know, and where I'm going for a Halloween scene, I was thinking like a dark color, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how this looks. All right, let's give that a cure for a second, just so it doesn't move. And then we will, all right, so I've got some yellow, I've got some dark green, I've got pink, I've got some orange, yellow, purple, and we have white. I think all right, let me put my gloves on. I think I'm going to mix up some custom colors a little bit. Okay, so that's dry. Because if I can get the items in, then maybe we can use our colors, and I'll use the glue to try to get like the layers of the colors. Let me just grab some cups. Some UV resin. And I'm going to grab just a black, I'll just grab my, instead of looking through bottles here, I'll just grab my Light Wish micas. And, all right, there's a black and a brown. So that's kind of more of what I'm wanting to mix here. So let me know in the comments if any of you have tried something similar to this. Okay. 2 sticks. I'm liking that. And hopefully that's not too dark. So I'm going to put that stick there. And, oh, look at that. I already got crap everywhere. Much better. All right, and we will find out if it's too dark when we go to cure it. And I'm going to use my scribe. I'm going to try and put, draw in a bat. And let's get the other side. And once I get my shape, then I'll probably have to cure this fairly quick. once I get this kind of filled in. All right, so let me hang on here. I'm gonna get my little light, and we're gonna try. I guess I'm gonna have to do it in sections here. I mean, if it doesn't look like a bat, maybe it'll look like a bird. I don't know. Okay, just so it's not gonna move. All right. And let me just we're just gonna add a little and this might not even show because we've got that lighter color in first, but we'll see. Use a scribe. Maybe it'll just give our tree a little bit more definition. I don't know. Like I said, this is just an experiment. I don't want to, I don't want to take too much time, but I do want it to, look somewhat okay. Okay. So I got them in. Now we're going to do, I'm going to use the the white glow in the dark. We're going to put a moon, and then we'll put yellow like around it. All right. So let's go ahead and put a little all right, that looks more clear. Let's get the dark yellow out. So I'm not going to cure that yet because I don't think it's going to shine at all. All right, hang on. Oh yeah, see all that color? There we are. I haven't used these in a while, so now maybe we can, and you know what, I'm just gonna okay. So I've got the yellow in, and let's wipe this stick, and we are gonna get, I think we're gonna make a little witch over here, if I can. I'm just gonna take the stick and stir this bottle. All right, and then what I'll do is I'll cure the whole thing once I start mixing my resin up. So let's just kind of be one of her arms. So, I mean, if this works, yeah, it would be, you know, pretty time consuming, but I think we could really create some like stunning pieces that would make them your own. And again, this is the glow in the dark one. Get a little. And we're gonna cure. So now I'm gonna go back in with the black that I made so we can put her a hat. And she does have a few little holes in her dress, but that's fine, a few bubbles. Okay. And just, I'm gonna use the stick. Okay. Get that cured. Like I said, I want to cure them just enough, and then I'll give it like a good 5 minutes, probably on both sides when I mix up the resin and all right, so that's at least not moving. So now we've got to get some sort of ground in, which I can do with the micas and the pigment paste. So, you know, I can try to layer it so that it, I don't know, we'll do some sky colors and let's just see. Oh, it's looking kind of cool on this side. Okay. Okay, it's working. It's working. And like I said, I don't want all of it to glow in the dark. I just want some of it. And let's see. This is a dark brown. Let's see if this is any different than the other one. That's this dark brown. That looks red to me. That looks red to me. So let's take this. I want, you know, like a little bit of, something coming up. So when we put our background colors, you know, it's going to have already something like planted in the, that you can tell that it's, you know, the earth or whatever, the ground. All right, let me just move this back. And then I can kind of work over on this side at the same time. And then this way we'll, I'll be able to see which way I like the trees better. So if I ever decided to try it again. And now I'll take my scribe and we will I want this to look, you know, like it's in the ground, not... All right. So I think what I'll do, just so that the colors shine, is I will do it in a, like a purple, I guess. Because I'm trying to think. All right, where's my little light? So I can try to start setting some of this while it's... All right. So we've got that kind of set. I think I got to do something a little more with this witch's hat here. And my resin was getting into the light. Okay, so is there anything else that I should add? That is the key. Do we have orange glow? Yes, we do. So let me wipe my stick off. And we're going to stir this orange. All right, so I'm gonna just get my little light ready. Let me squeeze it. And we're just gonna do like a little bit of a glow around that moon. Or sun or whatever it's gonna be. And then I'm gonna probably do like a pumpkin or something at the bottom, just to add a little bit of something more into the painting. And then we'll mix up our resin here. Now, hopefully, when this pumpkin cures and it's on the other side, that grass is going to look like it's in front of, the grass is in front of the pumpkin. So that's kind of what I'm trying to get in now, is just to see if there's a way of getting those type of looks. And we'll do another small one here. And then we'll put a couple of stems and we will be ready for our resin. Because I was going to originally do black down here, but I'm afraid if I do the black, the brown might not show. That's my fear. And let's just do this green. That's not very green. Not green at all. All right. I'm just going to use like a smidgen. Oh, actually, no. All right. And then just a drop. Well, I guess maybe 2 drops. Because I want the stems to look like, you know, they got some green in them. All right. Okay. Now, very carefully, okay. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this to cure. I am going to go mix up, oh, I don't know, 6-8 ounces of resin. And then, and I'm not going to worry too much if there's like some mica flakes in there, because I do not want to dislodge my scene. So I will be right back with some resin, and hopefully I have an idea of how I'm going to layer the colors. All right, I will be right back. Okay, guys, so got my resin all mixed. My mixer just stopped. And I'm just gonna scrape my paddle here. So I decided I'm gonna do a purple. I figured that might be the safest color to make things stand out. And then once, you know, like once we get this one done and see if it worked or not, then we can, you know, try something different the next time. All right, so I am going to take a little paper cup, and I'm going to mix my mica with some alcohol, because my cup is full, and I think I'm just going to do the purple. I'm using the Violet is the color that we're using. So I figured, you know, all these colors should show through. Oh, well, that was dumb. And then what I'll do is I'll pour a little bit of resin in this cup, you know, get that all mixed, and then we'll dump it in the big cup. Because I can see I still have to stir that. So, and then I'll divide it up, run it through the debubbler. Yeah, I think that'll be a good color. Wow, I really like the way that dissolves the mica. I don't know why I hadn't tried it before. I'm always late to the party. All right. So we'll get this all stirred in. And I'm definitely gonna need a bigger stick. I'm gonna need a bigger stick. And I think I'm also going to need a little bit more of the powder. All right, I'll do that. I'm trying to spray it on the side, but it is not. Just to get that so it's all mixed. All right. So I made up 8 ounces. I don't remember how much this tray holds, so I might have to make more. I am not sure. Oh, that one's got glitter on it. I don't want that stick. All right, so let's... Come on, keep it in the cup, Michelle. I just want to make sure that these are mixed. Just because the cup was so deep, I should have used a bigger cup, but I didn't. So I'm gonna do this, stir these, and then pour some back into that cup. And that way I know everything is mixed thoroughly. All right, so let's... All right, so let me run that through the debubbler, and I will be right back, and we will get this baby poured. Okay, so I just took them out of the debubbler. I think I'm gonna try adding a little bit of ghost blue into maybe just the top part, into one cup. Just to see what it's gonna do. So I'm just gonna slowly mix that in. It might not even show, but it might. And of course, you know, I should have done that before. I just want to make sure I'm getting all the little chunks. All right, so let's start with, we'll start pouring at the bottom. That way there, that can sit for a minute. Okay, let's start getting this top. I figured maybe, you know, that way there it would make it look, I don't know, more like a sky area. So I did move my curing mat over here. And let's get the rest of this blue. Wow, I can't even believe I guessed like the right amount. Like it's gonna take all of it. And it probably could have a little bit more, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'll trim the bottom because this is more of a test anyways. Let me just take this stick and just want to make sure that I have a little bit of that bluey sky color. All right, and that is all we're gonna do. We're gonna turn this on and I will be back in 2 hours. Keep your fingers crossed. Okay guys, let's see, this is all cooled down. Let's see if this worked. It is a little transparent. But, all right, let's just flip her over and see if we've got a mess or if we have success. And I forgot to go around the edges. By the time I thought of it, it was too late, so, all right. Are we ready? Oh, that's kind of cool. That is really cool, guys. Now, I did add in a little ghost here and here in the white. So now is the time to figure out if it's going to glow in the dark. And I really like how that tree came out, guys. And it did exactly what I wanted it to do. Like the little grass pieces in front of the pumpkins. So, success. I will call this a success. This is really cool. And you can feel, you know, like the ridges, but it is not that bad at all. So this would make a cool little tray to put some candy or whatever, you know, because it is the Bond Crafter, which is food grade. So, yeah. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it into my office, and we will, I'll charge it up with the light, just, you know, to make sure. And we will see what glows. Because I know this was glow. That was glow. The two ghosts were glow. I think the two pumpkins as well. So we will see. But I like how it has like a variation in the sky between the blue and the purple. And it kind of has like an eerie, kind of creepy background. So yeah, I think it came out kind of cool. I'm anxious to try this on other things. Alrighty, guys, I will go see if it glows in the dark. I'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.